Forget the country music, right? I feel like every country artist is like they're way more united than like any other category. Ella Langley held my baby. You see what I'm saying? Like I've yet to let any rapper hold my no offense, but
what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of I'm Not a Rapper, starring BigXthePlug. In a Twitter post that has since been deleted, the Texas rapper BigXthePlug has said these words.
I feel like I'm not just a hip hop artist. I'm an artist.
Yeah.
And so I want to be the best artist in the world. The only way I can do that is if I can show that I can do something other than rap.
Now look, everyone can say and do what they want. I'm just going to tell you how it looks. Because the words, I'm not a rapper, or I'm not a hip hop artist, from someone who has been in hip hop and built their fame from hip hop, usually comes right before they switch genres entirely. To me, there's only one reason to say this line, and that is if in the moment, someone is literally boxing you in. For example, you're playing the drums somewhere and they say, oh, I thought you just rapped. You can say, I'm not just a rapper. Or you act and someone says, well, what about your next album? You go, I'm not really doing the rap thing anymore. I'm acting. That's fine. I highly recommend you watch the interview on your own and come up with your own conclusion. I'm just voicing my opinion here. And when I run across things like this, I go and watch the interview because I want to get all of the context. Sometimes these platforms can be a bit scandalous. I watched it and I watched another interview and it's not looking good. This is a terrible look. Hip hop is the only genre where the artists feel pressured to disrespect or disavow its values just to mingle within other genres. You never hear rock artists say rock limits their creativity. You never hear country artists say that they need to escape country to feel more emotional or don't listen to the lyrics. You never hear them say that. You don't have to announce what you're doing. To be honest with you, it's steeped in anti-blackness. No way around it. And throughout the interview, he says a couple of things that made me raise an eyebrow, and this is one of them.
Was writing a rap song different than writing like a rap song fused with country? Is there any?
Like I said, you just got to go deeper into the story. You know what I'm saying? And so with the country rap, that's just what it was. You had to go deeper into the story. You got to make them understand their story. With rap, you don't have to do that. Like the biggest, the largest.
To say this specifically about rap versus country rap is not only disrespectful again, but it's simply not true. You don't have to do that in country rap. A lot, and I mean a lot, of country revolves around the same topics. Just like any other genre, it's not this elevated art form. And this comes from someone, I've listened to a lot of country in my life. And if y'all were there, y'all know that stretch of country between like 2012 to 2017, 2018 fucking sucked. It was trash. But he wouldn't know that because he hasn't listened to any. And this is why it's good to study music as a whole from time to time, because it'll prevent you from sounding like this.
So stepping into this, I only knew maybe a handful of country artists.
Who the handful?
Shabuzi. That's my brother. Shabuzi, Luke Combs, Jelly.
So country is this superior art form that you need expert storytelling on, that you can't half step on. But he can't even name any country music artists outside of the ones that he's collabed with. No George Strait, no Dolly, no Alan Jackson, no Darius Rucker. He didn't even say Beyonce. Missed opportunity there. At least half of today's country music is talking about the same subjects in different order. Getting drunk, usually with beer, fishing or hunting, falling in love, then falling violently out of love, some type of truck, back road. These are the elements of a country song, but not without one more ingredient. So what makes you think you need some higher level of understanding to make country music? What makes you think that these artists are putting their all into it all the time? Country is not inherently deeper. Rap does not lack depth. You just haven't studied either one of them, it seems. This is the Dunning-Kruger effect. He knows so little about it that he thinks he knows what he's talking about. If you want to be a country artist, then you can always go do that. But you don't have to downplay rap in order to get there. At least not to us. You may have to do that for them. Yeah, you can't just cross over for free. They want to make sure you down. Otherwise, they're going to have to deal with the others in the group. Could you imagine if a country artist collaborated with Kendrick Lamar and then he released All Right? That would be terrible for PR. Even though they have their own versions of that outlaw country, it's different to them when black people make music the same way. No, they're not going to go get someone like that. They're going to go get someone who'll say some dumb shit to get into the door. Oh, I'm not worried about that little word he said. That man was 27 years old. And if you want to do country strictly for the bag, then that's cool, bro. Just say, hey, I'm going over here because it's lucrative. Subconsciously, I think he knows that riding with country artists is not about the music. It's more about ideology. I'm telling you, this is not just him saying he's not a rapper. This is denouncing rap. This is a step over disrespect. Listen to how he speaks about rappers right here.
Forget the country music, right? I feel like every country artist is like they're way more united than like any other category. Like, I go to Tennessee, you're going to see at least 7 country artists in a room together. Like, whether it's just drinking, whether it's smoking. You go to a concert, you're not going to see that. Everybody going to be split up by themselves. Ella Langley held my baby. You see what I'm saying? Like, I've yet to let any rapper hold my no offense, but Ella Langley held my baby. Shabuzi held my daughter. I don't let people hold my kids. You know
I mean, it sounds like you build a better, you're building like better connections.
For sure.
That's so interesting, yeah.
Country artists are more united in how they held his baby before any other rapper did. What are we supposed to take from that?
I am delivered. I don't like niggas no more.
This just sounds like, to me, like you derive more self-worth from being around them.
My fan base right now is everything. Like, I just went to Europe. When I'm in the States, it's every race. It's every race. And it's crazy to see because when I first stepped into it, I'm going to regular clubs where it's like, you know what I'm saying, it's more of my people there. And then I dropped Texas and I started watching how it went from my people to a lot more different races, and then I just kept going, and now it's like it's less of my people than you know.
Yeah.
But it's like,
all right, let me share a little secret with you. That is rap. That is hip hop as a whole. That is not unique to you. Once you start getting big and more popular, people of other races are going to start going to your concerts. So now this man has hatched a plan based on faulty information. Again, he specifically says, forget about the music. So he's talking about the people. This is about who he's rubbing shoulders with. If you want to be around country artists, just say that, bro. If you want to do country, go do country. But also, if you want to be considered something other than a rapper, you could just do that. You don't have to announce it. You don't have to start talking shit about rap as a whole. Like, you've been here for that long. You ain't been here for that long, bro. And also, how are you going to say you're not a rapper, but you rap on every damn song? On all of the features, you're rapping. You would not get the opportunities that you have today without being a hip hop artist. They want you there because you are a hip hop artist. And really, you just pulling plays from the wrong playbook, man. That's not yours. That's not ours. You know, this part of the script was sitting in my notes for about a year. It was originally about Tommy Richmond, you know, the one that blew up off of $1 Million Baby. And he did the same thing. He decided he was going to plant his flag randomly at the height of his come up and say he's not a hip hop artist. What that means to us is I'm not one of these lowly niggas. I'm just here for a little bit and then I can go whenever I please. Then he had a problem. He tried to backtrack. And should he get jumped every single time he releases something new on Twitter? Maybe not. I'm not saying the music is bad, but when you were making that Empire of the Sun type music, you didn't clarify shit. You never said, oh, I'm not this type of artist. It only happens when it comes to hip hop. Then they feel the need to distance themselves. I'm better than you. That's what it sounds like to us. This method of separating yourself from hip hop is meant to be used as a signal flare to the others to let them know that they're done playing with us down here. And when they're ready to take all the credibility and the accolades and the sound that they got from being here and use it to launch their new career to new heights, they take that costume off. Tommy will be fine. He's got that safety net, but you are not one of those rappers that migrate into other genres and their audiences double or triple. The river don't flow that way for you. Look around next time you're in those spaces. How many rappers do you see? Because you can get that wake up call any moment. As soon as there's a disagreement, as soon as there's a dispute, you're out. You're done. But again, what's wrong with being a rapper, bro? Be a rapper. Hip hop is the most influential genre on the planet, hands down.
The Country Project, like I said, we spoke on a little before the camera cut on, but it's going to be good, but it's also going to be bad. Some fans, remember I said, those people that are here for the one-time catchy, they quick to leave. And so I just dropped the largest. They might all be here right now, but not drop this Country Project where they got to sit down and listen. They might leave.
Look, I listened to the album. It's not good. And it's not because it's country rap. It's because it's bad. And guess what he's doing on there? Rapping. And if you want to do something else, then start singing. I ain't seen you hit a note. I ain't seen you pick up no damn instrument. I ain't seen you do nothing but continue rapping. But you don't want to be a rapper? You don't want to be in hip hop? The only reason they want you on a song is to rap, nigga. Think they want you on there to play the fucking piano? Once you start doing other art, the art will speak for you. We know Frank Ocean can rap because he rapped on Oldie. He rapped on Raph. He wasn't singing. We know he can rap. We know T-Pain can rap rap and sing. We know Donald Glover can rap, sing, act. We know Jamie Foxx can rap, sing, act. We know these things because they did them, not because they came out one day and said, I'm more than that. I'm not one of you lowly Negroes down here rapping all day, thinking about small things. I pontificate, ass nigga. I'm mostly disappointed that he said he didn't write them damn songs, bro. He said he was scared of the horse, and he don't even like going outside. He don't like bugs. Man, give me that shit back.